Welcome everybody to interview 3 of the killer interview series. Today today we have Nemesis. Nemesis is going to be the topic of discussion, and my guest here, if they would like to introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Horceror. I'm currently the rank 5 Nemesis for whipdowns on this here game of Dead by Daylight. And I don't know, I like him. Pretty good at him. That's what I would say. A little streamer, 4 days a week.
You post anything to YouTube?
Yeah, sometimes. I'm making a Swift video right now, but not really anything for Nemesis. But I am working on a video currently where I'm going through every single map in the game and like how to hit over loops, basically. And like
Yeah,
what you can't hit over.
yeah. I saw you posting something earlier today about the hay bales on Borgo.
Oh yeah, they fill me with rage.
Yeah, if as a Chucky player, trust me, the RPD filing cabinets fill me with rage. Why is there a gap in between the filing cabinets? Anyways, so how long have you been playing Dead by Daylight?
Well, I started in 2017 because my friends were looking at it and they're like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." We played like 100 hours, then they left, so I stopped playing it too. And then, like 4 years later, in July the 25th, I think, I came back because I was watching a YouTuber's Dark Souls hit list series. A little indie creator, you might know him. He's called Odds Darva.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I think I've heard of that guy. I think I have.
And so I went to check out his other stuff, and I was like, oh, he plays Dead by Daylight. That's interesting. And then he had like a video about like streaming Dead by Daylight. I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. And then like I don't know, the inspiration hit, and here I am.
Oh, there you go. What is 2017? That's I can't do math.
Six,
It's just
7 years ago.
7. Jesus Christ. Okay. Uh, I've only been
Physically
playing.
aging.
Yeah, I've only been playing since 2020.
I mean, I only played 100 hours in 2017, so I'd say you probably have me beat.
Yeah, who were you playing before Nemesis?
Survivor?
Oh, you were just playing Survivor mostly, and then Nemesis
I
came
mean, I
out.
was going for a few achievements early on, and
Hmm.
I was playing killers, and
Hmm.
but none of them really like stuck, you know? Like I
Yeah.
kind of just sucked. Because like I have 100 hours in the game, crazy concept, I know.
Yeah.
I was just kind of bad.
I mean, Killer is hard to learn. I mean, Survivor is too, kind of, but like, I feel like getting good at Survivor, not good, but like getting competent at Survivor, I think is a lot easier than Killer.
And I think I was looking at the achievements at the time, and I saw the one for cleanse 100 hexes, and I think in 100 hours I had seen two because I didn't know what a hex was, and I was like, okay, so I'm just never gonna get this. That's cool. Um,
2017, Freddy or Tap
I
wasn't
think
out,
there was
was he?
like ruin,
Hmm.
and then that was it.
Is there really an
So
achievement for cleansing 100 hexes?
yes, yes, there is.
So there's an achievement based on something that's completely out of your control.
It's called deep cleansing.
Okay, I think I've realized why they never change hexes. All right. Why Nemmy? I think
Uh,
that's the big question,
be
right?
so real with you.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play Resident Evil at the time,
You
like any of
monster.
them.
Okay.
I don't like playing pallets, so I hit them over it or I destroy it. I'm not going around this loop 6 times to get stunned.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
The reason you picked Nemesis as your main character is
Mm-hmm.
because you don't like playing pallets.
Yeah.
That is the most real response I think I have ever heard a killer main say.
I mean, like, it's not like, oh, I hate pallets, I'm gonna play nurse. It's like, I want the pallets to suffer for what they've done to me. So I don't want to go over the pallet. I want to destroy the pallet.
Did you start maining him the moment he came out, or was it like a
No,
gradual thing?
when did Nemesis come out?
20
Jesus.
2020 June ish.
I didn't play in 2020.
Okay.
I think it was more like I think I was just doing Survivor for a bit when I came back. I was a David. I don't remember when I. Hold on, let me. I could just check the Nemesis achievement because I probably got it like same week.
Well,
Um, I started in like late October playing Nemesis
okay.
of 2021.
So, like a year and a half after he came out.
Yeah, but also so late October, that's the 31st, and my first achievement back in 2021 was July 25th.
Hmm.
So I had like a solid 5 months and a week before I started playing Nemesis.
Huh.
So like October-ish,
And you said
late October.
you're what, number 5 or 4 on whip hits?
Five.
Five.
I'm not four yet, but we'll get there.
So even though you started almost a year late, you managed to get up to the 5th spot.
I am a religious whip user. What can I say?
I was gonna say that either means not that many people play Nemesis, or you grinded the shit out of that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little.
I don't.
I'm also like, I'm not trying to adhere to any stereotypes here, but let's just say I actually use my power compared to the average Nemesis player.
What do you mean, fast man run back to hook?
No, like religious, like I will straight up miss downs and kills because I want to whip them instead of hitting them.
Oh yeah, that's understand. I feel like it's one of those things with a lot of like actual mains of killers. They don't like most Xeno mains don't ever really M1. They always go for the M2s, even if it
I
would
know.
be better to go for the M1s.
I don't know. Sometimes, like you've probably heard the joke, like, "Oh yeah, my favorite M1 killer, the Xenomorph."
I don't understand that. Even I don't even main Xenomorph, and anytime I play it, her, them, uh, I I always go for M2s, no matter what. It's just more fun. I don't know. I don't get
Are
it.
you a Xeno main?
I am not a Xeno man.
Well, there you go. I mean,
I'm having a Xeno main on next.
oh yeah, you can just play them the clip. It'll be funny.
The clip? What clip?
Oh, just me saying my favorite M1
Oh,
killer.
oh, yeah. I'll fuck it. I'll edit the stream. All right. What's any chance? Okay, here's one that usually a lot of people stick on for a while. For obvious reasons.
Okay, sure.
Changes to Nemesis. Anything? Anything?
Oh boy, okay. I think that I should get a rocket launcher, and he should also have tier 4, and also every time I kill a survivor, I should get another zombie.
I can't tell if your sarcasm is showing or not.
I think the rocket launcher will be fun, but no, not legitimately. And I already know that the engine has limitations to actually allow other zombies, because like I think they tried a third zombie and it crashed the game, so that's never happening.
Well, apparently the reason the AI is so bad on the zombies is because the code can't handle it.
I believe that 100%.
Um, and as for the rocket launcher thing, I've said this before. I honestly wouldn't care if it was just an Amori. I think if that was the thing, I'd be satisfied. But no changes to how the whip works or.
I like, actually, the Nemesis player is gonna come for me for this one. I
Hmm.
think that like they should, okay, because like Nemesis has like a couple bugs. Like sometimes you just don't do the animation of pulling the whip out, and like the
Mm-hmm.
whip drag doesn't have like a distinct, hey, here it comes. It's just like that didn't hit me, and then it does.
Yeah.
Like it looks fine from my point of view, but I would like the animation for dragging the whip to be there. Crazy concept, I know. And I would like it to not like just invisibly hit them when like I do a baby tentacle. Because like from my point of view, like it's just normal. I never see it,
Right.
and like I didn't know I was doing it. It just kind of happens because the killer's bugged.
Well, I
So
mean.
I would like the animation fixes would be really nice.
Mm-hmm.
An apparent animation for the whip drag, because that's like, I'm gonna be honest with you, if the survivor has half a brain cell, like you're not hitting them with an actual whip.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to just like slide that over.
I think they'd be a little hesitant to do it because, and I don't mean this as a dirty word, but because it's technically an exploit. I know that's a hot topic word in the Dead by Daylight community, but
Yeah, but it's also like he's like a C tier at best. Okay,
I know. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we don't need to like,
listen.
yeah.
I make him look B tier, don't get me wrong, but like he's C tier at best on average.
Right.
And like
I mean, would you rather them?
he would be bad if you could not whip drag.
I mean, I would rather them, find some way to actually incorporate it and make it not technically an exploit. Like make it
Well, yeah,
official.
that's what I'm saying with the
Yeah,
animation
yeah,
thing
yeah,
though,
yeah,
because
yeah,
like then they see it and they're like, oh, I have to counterplay that, you know?
yeah.
Because like on RPD, favorite map by the way, don't come for me.
I
You
like
know on
RPD too.
RPD, like the room, like the locker room, right?
Mm-hmm.
You physically cannot dodge the whip in that room if the Nemesis knows what they're doing.
Right. It's
Like,
just
because your drag is just the whole corridor. You're like, okay, well, I mean, thank you.
yeah, but I mean, or a xenomorph or a huntress or.
No, the Xenomorph can't drag it that aggressively if
Oh,
they throw it
really?
too far to the left or. I mean, they can do it a little bit, but like it's like half the distance Nemesis can do.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really like, you know, force it. You have
Right.
to actually kind of aim it.
But
Not to skill issue myself or anything, but I don't need to really focus in that room. I'm like, okay, I can just yeah.
uh, but I mean, as for changes, I saw your tier list for it the other, or I think it was a tier list.
It was a tier list for the add-ons, yeah.
Right.
I actually
So
just pulled that up because I was going to talk about it next.
yeah, I was gonna say, I think there's one in particular I want to talk about, and because
Is it Liquor Tongue?
it is, and here's why I want to talk about it. Because
Is it Indigo's video?
yes,
I'm just so smart. What can I say?
uh, all I'm saying
Hmm.
is in a straight line.
Yeah.
But I understand why it's really not that good. I think as someone who doesn't play Nemesis that much, I play him from time to time. My problem with his add-ons is that a lot of them have
Suck.
that, and like how many affect the whip? Any?
Um, like the whip distance or damage or anything like that?
Yeah, any?
None of them.
None.
No.
See, I said this with
Like
I said this
it's no, sorry, you go
I
first.
was gonna say I said this with Pyramid Head. That's the issue with Pyramid Head's ads. I can talk. Ad. Jesus Christ. Pyramid Head's add-ons. The problem with them is that the only ones that actually directly affect the M2 are the ranged ones.
Yeah.
That's why they're good, or why
Oh
people.
man,
You know what I mean?
if
Like,
I had ranged add-ons, I would be a menace. Okay.
I'm not saying give Nemesis range add-ons. I'm just
I
saying
think we should give him range add-ons and also a rocket launcher. Insta kill. I don't mean like a down. I mean it just kills them.
heat
Just
seeking,
like,
insta kill.
well, it's not heat seeking. They can dodge out of the way.
Oh, okay. All right, you gotta give
Kind
him
of counterplay,
yeah,
of
you
course.
gotta give him a chance. Uh,
Yeah. I mean, there's just add-ons that like affect how much goop you get in your power, and it's like zombie shit. Really, there's nothing for the whip itself.
yeah. I mean, serotonin injector. I like serotonin injector. It,
Yeah, that's the one that I run religiously, along with the green vial.
yeah. The ones I run when I'm like, actually, I don't even. Anytime I play Nemesis, I basically run the same two add-ons. It's the eye and the medical ribbon, the one that increases the movement speed of the zombies.
That's the ink ribbon.
Is it the ink ribbon? Yeah, yeah, the ink ribbon. And that's really all I ever run. Um,
Yeah.
it,
Because
it,
zombies are really good passive slowdown. Like, you just don't really notice it.
mm-hmm.
But when you're playing Survivor and there's a zombie harassing that 99% gen for like a minute straight, you start to notice it more.
I think Nemesis is one of the best users of Ruin, honestly, because of that. Uh,
Yeah, I don't really like hexes, but that's like a personal thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's not like hexes are bad and you should feel bad if you run them, but
yeah. I'm just saying, like, I think of all the killers in the game, I think Nemesis is one of the few that can actually use Ruin, especially now that's been nerfed to the ground, kind of effectively because of the zombies.
I think they're reverting it next
Uh,
update of perks.
they're getting rid of the it goes away when you kill somebody
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's
because
100%. I think that's fine.
I don't know why they added that in the first place.
Yeah, a lot of behavior stuff is like They do two really big changes at the same time, and then surprise Pikachu when it makes a really big change.
Yeah, pretty much. Like
Like,
we could have just done the one, see how things go, and then did the second one if it was still too good. Now
it's
it's
like the Blight PTB we have going right now. Well, I think it's over, but like for those of you that aren't aware, if you're watching this video in the future, they had this was like the Blight add-on look at PTB, I guess, and the Billy buff, but like, I don't know what I'm talking about. And then they took his pink, the one that you would insta down if you hit them with your last rush, which was like 7 rushes, I think.
five.
And they just like gave him like near infinite turn rate. And it also lets you rush without charges.
I like the idea, and here is my solution on them nerfing it: is make it so once you get a hit, it goes on your rushes go on cooldown for 40 seconds.
Yeah, like 20 is crazy. That's just Chucky, but better.
Yeah, I still say make it 40 seconds because you could just M1 them normally, rush up to them unlimitedly, down them. By the time you get into a hook, your rushes are almost already back.
Yeah.
If it was 40 seconds, like you'd still have to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
But it is, yeah, that was a crazy change. Like, once again, I think the concept's cool. I like the idea. I just, yeah, the running theme with behaviors, decisions, cool
Yeah.
idea, terrible execution.
As far as like changing his actual add-on, back to Nemesis, just
Mhm.
for the record.
Yeah.
As far as changing his actual add-ons, I think you could combine a lot of them and then just like give some like better effects.
Mhm.
Like there's ones where it's just like, actually, let me pull up the Nemesis add-ons thing.
Well, I mean, there's ones like Marvin's Blood, rest in peace after the nerf.
No, I think Marvin's Blood, they could just revert that and it'll be fine. They also just like they don't look at why players run a lot of an add-on. They just like look at how many are running this specific thing and they're like, oh, everyone's running this, it must be OP. But it's like
Right.
the other way around, it's the only one that's not bad.
Well, I mean, my point with Marvin's was, it's an add-on that literally becomes useless once you hit tier 3.
I mean, yeah,
It
but
does
that's a
it
lot of
Yeah, like I think that in and of itself is also an issue. Like I don't think those add-ons shouldn't exist. I'm just saying like if 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 you bring two add-ons to get to tier 3 as fast as possible, right? Then you're just add-onless the entire rest of the match.
as a counterpoint to that though, if you get to tier 3 early enough, like the game is just over.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
it is extremely oppressive early on. Like, I've had games where I lethal pursuer because I run lethal pursuer.
Same.
Surprisingly, wow, Nemesis perk. I run lethal pursuer. I run to survivors. There's 4 of them in the same corner,
Mhm.
and like none of them leave the corner until they hear my terror radius. But then they run into me. I hit every single one of them, and I'm already like 3/4 of the way to tier 3.
Yeah, fair enough. Because the
And then I just am tier 3 the whole game. And it's like, okay, well,
what is it?
you know.
Hitting if you hit every single survivor at least once, you're tier 3, right? Because
No.
I
You'd
know.
be like halfway or 3/4 of the way to tier 3.
Okay, yeah. Because I know if you hit 2, you get tier 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know what the math
And
equated or not.
old Marvin's Blood, before the nerf,
Mm-hmm.
it used to be you could hit tier 2 in your very first chase off one survivor if you hit
Mm,
them 3 times. And that's why it was good.
right.
Because, like, Nemesis's issue is that he doesn't really have add-ons that, like, encourage you to use your power, I guess.
Well, yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean, we basically taught. There's nothing that affects the whip except for Licker's
yeah.
tongue. I think Licker's tongue is literally the only one.
Yeah, but, like, come on.
Technically serotonin injector, but
I
that
mean,
still,
it's not the whip,
yeah,
though.
yeah, that's
Because you
true.
can punch a zombie, or a zombie just dies to a pallet or something, and then.
Yeah. Wait,
But, like, as far.
is
Oh,
it
you first.
is it not the whip? I thought it was the whip or getting destroyed by a pallet.
Uh, after a zombie is disintegrated by any means.
Oh,
Like, survivors can get rid of it, you can punch it, you can whip it, it's gone.
I
And
guess
then
I
you're
I
undetectable.
I guess I just always whip them, so I never really thought about
Yeah, like, there's no reason to punch them unless you, like, feeling personal when they body block you or something.
it. um, I mean, cause yeah, I don't even know his brown add-ons. Most killers, like
Yeah,
I know not most of their add-ons, but like his browns, I don't know if it's because they're just that unremarkable that I have no reason to know them.
yeah, they're pretty bad. Um, but this is like what I was talking about with adding add-ons together.
Mhm.
So like his brown syringe increases injection time by 5 seconds. So like over the course of the game, 20 seconds of slowdown. Like not awful. It's
Mhm.
okay.
Right.
Brian's intestine, your zombies get a quarter of a meter more per second, which is not impressive.
Right.
If like you were talking about the depleted ink ribbon earlier, and that by itself is zero point 0.5, so it's half of that.
Mhm.
Which like it's a brown, so it makes sense. But
I mean,
and
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
okay, and then you have the visitor wristband, which just increases their FOV of the zombies basically.
Mhm.
And then the stars manual, which I'm sure you'll hear from Indy, that's Indigo Ninja. The stars field manual enjoyer is like literally a meme add-on.
What does it
It's
do?
just if a zombie hits someone, like the zombie glows yellow.
Oh,
Yeah.
that okay.
And like my idea to buff that, right, would
Uh-huh.
be like because this is not coping, I swear. It needs a buff, please. It doesn't do anything.
Reveal the aura of the survivor hit.
Yeah, I was gonna no. I was gonna say like it would put a mini Shattered Stars badge effect on that zombie specifically.
Oh, okay.
So like it would it'd be more aggressive zombie.
Yeah. Like it gets like bloodlust kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like not a full 150%, that'd be fucking crazy, but like
Yeah, I was just kind of sticking to the theme of like giving it gives you information. Was like if the zombie hits the survivor, you see their aura for like 5 seconds or something. Still wouldn't be incredible, but I mean it's something, right?
yeah, it's already yeah. And then
Um,
like you have pretty much other crap, really.
I mean, because I mean, even just talking about those, almost every single one we listed affects the zombies, which is
Yeah.
so strange because I feel like they're not like they're a part of his kit. Obviously, it's where some of his power budget goes, but like at the end of the day, they're not like. And I think this is the biggest thing most people say to change about Nemesis, or they want changed about Nemesis, is not just the add-ons, but the having some control over your zombies.
Yeah. There's sometimes when a zombie will be walking the other direction and like you're like, okay, if you just turned around, I would 3K here, please. Come
Mm-hmm.
back.
My suggestion for like giving you control of the zombies without actually giving you direct control, because that would be busted if you could like just tell them where to go,
Yeah.
would be make it so when you whip somebody, they start heading in that direction.
Yeah, so they just turn around. That would
Yeah,
be nice.
not based on sound or anything, which I think is currently how they technically work. It's
I think if you're gonna do that though, it should be like a radius. Because
mm-hmm.
like sometimes you have a zombie on the other side of the map that you don't want to move.
Right.
But I'd say honestly, just in general, as like a base kit thing, make zombies more like they hear better, I guess. Because like you always see zombie movies and like you step on glass and they show up from like down the road, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it'd be like,
Well, they're also
uh,
the Resident Evil zombies. They're fucking.
yeah. And
I've
they're
seen.
not like fast, but they're not like
Yeah. Um.
shambling.
I mean, any other add-ons you want to slander for a minute?
I can slander all of these add-ons, I'll be honest with you. So the yellow wristband is just literally, I think it was Slinger where they had like his reload speed add-ons, and then they nerfed the add-ons and then added some of it to the base kit, so he was just like better reload speed because people always ran that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why do you think we ran Marvin's Blood, guys? That's crazy. But like a lot of add-ons are just the same thing, but at a lower tier.
Right.
So you have the intestine, which is 0.25 meters a second. Then you have the eye, which is 0.35 meters a second. Then you have the depleted ink ribbon, which is zero point 0.5 per second. There's all like move speed add-ons,
Right. Well, and
and
the
like there's not really variety
yeah,
amongst the tiers.
yeah, and the thing is, like, because there's two of those add-ons, they have to be careful with the numbers because you can stack them, so they can't just like buff. like the movement speed ones, right? They can't just like buff one of the movement speed ones because then they had to take into account how much
The
it.
Shattered Stars badge.
Right. Yeah, they had to take into account. Okay, well, how much does this work now that it's also combined with this other one? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like because, and this is an issue they have with a lot of killer add-ons. Like because Slinger has the two fatigue ones that make it so you basically have no fatigue after you like break a hook or break your chain.
Yeah.
Um, and it's really powerful in the right hands, but it's like I don't think they took into account those two add-ons being combined.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's super oppressive, but it definitely can be. Uh, what does that really? What is his other eerie?
If you take a vaccine, you're exposed for 60 seconds.
Oh, expose on an M2. Okay.
Exposed! Woohoo! I love exposed add-ons.
Is it 60 seconds?
It used to be 30 and then they
Yeah,
buffed it, but
it's
no one uses the umbrella badge.
right. I mean, 60 seconds is bad, but
Well,
nem-
yeah, but like ideally, you're not gonna be finding him regardless.
yeah. On top of that, your
Like if they pop a
Nemesis.
vaccine in your face, they're kind of asking for it anyway.
um.
Like I've had games where it could have worked, but I usually just go like, okay, you just vaccinated, and I can physically see you. How'd you enjoy not being blue for a solid 1 second?
Right.
And like I could have just gotten a free down if I had the add-on, but like it's so niche, it's not worthy of being a pink. Like
hmm Well, I think because that was a time when like every
exposed add-ons were
yeah,
all the
it
rage.
was like
Yeah,
every killer had one exposed add-on, which
yeah.
in concept is kind of cool, but like most
I don't
of
think it should be a
them,
pink though.
yeah, most of them had a lot of issues. I mean, I wonder if they took it down to like 20 seconds, but made it a green.
Eh, no, I think you get even less value out of that.
Uh, Liquor Tongue though,
Yeah,
what
that's
what what
the add-on.
what change would you make to Liquor Tongue to make it good, but keep it kind of what it is if you had one?
I think you have to either completely increase the contamination, like
Right.
second duration thing,
hmm
like how it's 0.2 seconds is crazy. So you know how earlier we were talking about like what was it? Something that gave like 40 seconds of slowdown, like the damage syringe. Oh no, damage syringe is like 5 seconds of slowdown per person, right?
Yeah.
To inject a vaccine. And then liquor tongue, total. Like the maximum you can get in the game is 1.6 seconds.
That's
That's crazy. And this is a green. We were talking about a brown earlier.
hmm
So you get 2 seconds in the whole game. So I'd say obviously increase the duration of the contamination, like at least a second. Like I don't think that's a lot. Like maybe it's too much. Like to tune it down. Like I would check it. I would find out. But like
I mean, I think with how many exhaustion perks there are in the game, I think it being a little overtuned is fine. Because it's like
yeah,
if someone really doesn't like that effect, run overcome. You literally
yeah,
counter it with that one perk alone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
shout
I
out.
think it's a slippery slope. Is just saying like just run X to counter Y because then you're not
Right,
gonna have
right,
that for
right, right.
90 out of 9. Like yeah.
I think my point isn't necessarily counter, but like if it annoys you that much, you know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean? Like, because I wouldn't even then. I don't think it would like be super strong. I'm just saying that, like, if you're really, really, really hung up on getting tunneled all the time, just run like 4 anti-tunnel perks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
My liquor tongue suggestion, I guess, was gonna be like I was gonna bump it up to a purple and then make it like if you're at tier 3, you don't need to contaminate someone to injure them with the whip. Because like at the point of you getting tier 3, you should have all the vaccines out of the game,
right.
realistically. So like you'd maybe get like 2 or 3 hits out of it. So like I think that's fine. And if you don't want to do that, you could just make it so obviously increase the duration of the hinder and then make it so it's not only when they become contaminated.
Or
Like just make it every hit.
hear me out.
Okay,
My
hearing.
my suggestion
Okay,
for
suggesting.
my suggestion for when if you hit a survivor with the whip, the zombies start to head that direction.
Yeah.
Make it liquor tongue.
You'd have to speed up the zombies a little bit though with that.
Well, I mean, I don't want it to be like you do that and like the zombie on the other side of like RPD somehow
Well,
finds his
I don't
way.
mean like I don't mean like Shattered Stars badge speed. I just mean like a little boost, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, 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 yeah. I just I want them to add Nemesis's animation to the zombies running if they're like above a certain movement speed now.
Yeah.
I
That's
just,
and then you could keep that only on contamination. Just so they get sent in the right direction, but it's not like the full chase. The zombies are coming.
yeah, and like I said, and you were talking earlier how it's like, well, sometimes you wouldn't want that because you want to keep a zombie on the other side. But if you make it an add-on, then
You could
that
choose, yeah.
yeah, it's you choosing to play that way, right?
Yeah.
Um, all right,
I
well,
actually aside from Liquor Tongue and Plant 43 Vines, which are again just kind of mid,
mhm.
which it's just increase the opening time of a case by 4 seconds, so 16 seconds of slowdown. And we were talking about that brownout on earlier, just 20. Just remember that.
Right.
So just takes an extra 4 seconds to open a case. I don't really have a problem with the rest of his greens because
Mhm.
I run dual greens every game. It's the serotonin injector, which we've been talking about a little bit, but if you don't know, if a zombie is destroyed by any means, not the perk,
Mhm.
you get to be undetectable for 15 seconds, and the T-virus sample, which I run, which essentially doubles the amount of power you get, like, towards your next tier by hitting a zombie through tentacle.
Mhm.
So, at tier 2, you need 4 points. No, sorry, you need 8 points to get to tier 3, right?
Okay.
So a zombie is usually 1 point if you hit it,
Okay.
and the T-virus sample makes them 2. So from tier 2 to tier 3, you just have to hit a zombie twice per zombie, so 4 total. And if you're using serotonin injector already, which I do, it's
Yeah.
it really helps the playstyle, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice add-on to bring. I feel in
And
general,
it,
just because if you're going
yeah,
against a squad where you can't hit them in tier one for whatever reason, like it's a
because they
nice
just pre-drop.
yeah,
It's rough.
it's a nice fallback. Like you always have a way if you absolutely need to get to tier two or tier three if
And
need be.
then Tyrant Gore can do that as well, but it's just like I don't like it personally. It's a really like this is just me being biased as someone who's played Nemesis for a long time. The Tyrant Gore does give you more like mutation per hit, but it's 0.75.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a weird number because you'll have Tyrant Gore or Marvin's Blood for that matter after the nerf. And you'll hit a zombie and you'll have like 99% of the bar to the next tier on either tier to the level up, and it's just a pet peeve. I just do not like it.
Yeah. Let me ask you this question. If they got rid of his zombies, but they buffed
No,
him,
they're firing my employees, man.
but what would you do? Do you think you would prefer that? Like they buffed him, including his add-ons, because there would be a complete change, obviously. But they got rid of the zombies
I think at that point that's too much of a change to the killer's like
identity,
identity
right?
because like they've been there they're stupid, you know, like they'll be
Yeah.
eating a rock on the side of the map while I'm getting 4 outed, but you know, like they're still part of the team, you know? Like he's one of 2 killers that gets a co-op experience on killer.
who's the
Well,
who's the
no,
other?
3, sorry. Knight and Twins.
Well, Twins isn't really a co-op because you're
Well, yeah, but it's like there's another guy there, you know?
yeah.
It's like it's in vibe.
I mean, he can be sonar sometimes. So,
Yeah, exactly. See, he's helping you.
uh,
But like, okay, but counterpoint.
mhm.
If they give me a rocket launcher, I will shoot them into the sun. I don't need those zombies. Behavior, if you're hearing me,
in
let's
patch
make it happen.
in
Come
patch
on.
patch 8.0, we have decided that Nemesis, due to his low pick rate, will now be removing his zombies and adding a rocket launcher. Survivors better watch out, as insta hit will result in an instant match win. And I'm sure people would be ecstatic about that change on both
Or
sides.
just like make it a Mori. Like I think that'd be cool. Just give me a Mori with a rocket launcher. Boom.
uh, which okay, I think talking about the add-ons, and you've talked about it a little bit because I heard you mention a couple. What
Hmm.
build do you usually run?
Perks or just add-ons?
Both. I mean, add-ons. You basically said what serotonin and
T-Virus sample.
yeah, and I'm assuming that's mostly all you run.
Uh, that's all I run. The only time I put more points in Nemesis is when I run out of
Fair.
those two.
Fair. Are you P100?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. Uh,
Let me go to my Twitch chat here real fast so I can see when my Nemesis was. So I have a command for it. Un moment. So keeping in mind that I started in 2021.
mhm.
Uh, well, they only added P100s recently, huh? So
Last
Nemesis got
year.
P100 on almost exactly 2 years later on 10/13/2023.
Yeah, yeah. So you, fuck, that was because I think they added it in June or July of that year.
It was added in 2022.
Was it? God, time
Yeah,
time
because I got
flies.
Jill in 22.
Yeah, never mind. Time flies. My bad.
I got Jill in 22, Leon in 23, and then Nemesis in 23.
You
And
had
then Rebecca was like first week of 24.
a lot of P100s. I don't even.
4 is not a lot compared to some content creators I know.
I know. I don't even have one.
Shout out to Twisted Visuals working on his 11th right now. Sheesh.
Still don't even have one.
Yo,
uh,
maining a character will do that.
I mean, I'm maining Chucky now, but like I just don't have time. I got work and YouTube stuff, and I play other games.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, I'm P25 on Chucky right now. It isn't too bad, but I saw someone got P100 in like a month, I think, on him,
Yeah.
which is
I mean, someone
insane.
P100 to Nick Cage day one.
Ow.
They had their account reset,
Oh.
and Behavior sent them like 100 million blood points as compensation.
Oh. Well then.
So, not legitimately, but,
Hmm. I mean, I guess in theory, if like you save up enough tome challenges.
Yeah, actually, looking at the leaderboard, the number 3 guy, no perks since 2020 TV, that's Mr. Taterhead. He has like 80 million blood points or something stocked.
Oh my.
Because he just does challenges, he doesn't bring add-ons, he doesn't use perks, he's just stockpiling.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Like,
did.
it's unique, don't get me wrong.
I did that with when I was main clown. I did that for a while. I basically didn't. I played for a whole month. I didn't play clown, even though he's my main.
Yeah, it's actually, you can tell that he's doing the blood points thing, because you can, like, see his, on the leaderboard, right? You see, like, blood points earned.
Mhm.
And, like, the dude has double my hours, and I have 8 times as much blood points earned. Because he doesn't get them per game, like, because he's at the cap.
Right. That's weird. I would assume it would still add it, but I guess not.
No, it stops after 2 million. If you're above it,
Well,
any extra just doesn't happen.
right. No, I meant like on like a leaderboard. I would think it would still add it, not like in
Yeah.
game. Um.
The leaderboard only does Steam because it tracks the achievements.
Oh.
So I want to say there's like an earning blood points achievement, maybe, and that's how they track it.
Hmm.
Let me check. No, there's not. I'm crazy.
Liar. All right. Yeah.
Oh, no, no, there is. There's an achievement for accumulating a total of 1 million blood points. That's what tracks it.
Oh. Huh. What was I on? Oh yeah. Perks. What perks are you usually? I know you said lethal, obviously.
Um, yeah. So this is just my preference build. I don't
Hmm.
think it's the best build. It's just like I don't really play I don't really like playing Dead by Daylight to like sweat or hyper focus. I just kind of enjoy the macro playing itself.
Hmm.
So I have Scourge Pain Res, Scourge Floods, Lethal, and Bamboozle. So the first two, Scourges, that's just like, okay, passive slowdown, I can play the game longer, and Aura, I find my next guy.
Right.
And then Lethal, increase auras, of course.
Hmm.
and start the game strong instead of taking 30 seconds to find somebody.
That's why I enjoy Lethal for that reason. Lethal is the perk I put on when I'm like, I don't want to think. I just want to play the game.
Yeah. And then I have Bamboozle because I'd say Shack is only the most consistently, well, guys, hot take here. Shack is survivor sided.
Oh my
So
god. Dude, Twitter's gonna...
I don't like being there for like 3 loops around it. I will give them like one tops, and then I'm like, okay, I'm vaulting the window, goodbye. And I know technically you can just hit them at the window, but like, I don't want to be here. I want to be somewhere else.
Right.
Let's leave.
It's fun as a Chucky player. Whenever I see a survivor start running towards Shack, I get a little giddy because
Yeah, it's good for you.
Chucky fucking destroys Shack. Yeah, I'm gonna say that next time I stream. My first Shack run. I'm gonna get completely dumpstered. Uh, so yeah, you just basically run. Just I don't want to say play the game for you perks, but like
No, I do.
yeah. Okay. All right, no offense taken. Love it. All right. Yeah, Lethal
Like I
is
could. I mean, if you want, I could run like Pain Res, Pop, Corrupt, the
was
fourth thing.
the fourth thing.
I don't even know the build. I don't run it.
Shit. What is the fourth? I don't run it either. I don't. Okay.
Yeah, but it's like I understand why people run it because like gens are very clearly the only objective of the game for survivors. So I think it's more like a core design thing than
Mm-hmm.
like people are running slowdown because they need it. Like I'm still gonna get bored if it's like a spirit with 4 slowdown, but like
Is it Deadlock? It might be. The fourth one might be Deadlock.
I might be deadlock maybe.
Um, I've gone on rants about that perk. I think it's. I don't think it's super good. I just think it's too consistent. Uh,
No,
Power level of Nemesis. I think you said it
in
earlier
canon
pretty
or in
much.
Dead by Daylight. Those are two very different answers.
All right, what about in canon? Because now I'm curious.
Um, potentially world ending
Potentially
if left
world.
unchecked.
Mm-hmm.
But then like Jill like stuck a railgun up him, so
Made him see stars.
okay. Okay.
Listen, I have played Resident Evil 3, more so the remake than the original. And I know someone's gonna lose their shit for me saying that. At least
No.
at least
I'm
20 times.
yeah, I never played the original because I'm a zoomer in the lock cam I do not enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
But RE3 was my first Resident Evil game that I 100%ed because I was
The
like, well, I already have Jill P100. I kind of gotta do it.
what, the remake?
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I think
And I was gonna make the joke like, oh yeah, well, yeah, Jill fingered him, and that's why he didn't. Because like, because the name of the railgun, the acronym is FINGR. Okay, the finger. Like I'm not
is
saying she made
is it really?
completely different
I never thought
vibe.
about that. There's no way that's not
Like,
intentional.
yeah, it's like the. Hold on, what's the acronym? Let me.
But yeah, I mean in canon obviously. It,
The ferromagnetic infantry use next generation railgun, the finger
as
for
someone
short.
who was in the military, let me just say they wouldn't have added next generation to the acronym. That was
Well,
100% on purpose.
this was made by a pharmaceutical company, so technically they can do what they want.
You know, I can't argue with that point. All right, so in game, is this parallel? You said what, C earlier? C?
You could make an argument for like low B tier.
Mm-hmm.
I make him look better than he is because I play him a lot.
Right.
People are like, people are always like, "Wow, you're such a good Nemesis," or they hit me with a fix your internet, you're hacking, etc. And I'm like, no,
Well,
sorry.
I mean
And like
that's
it's a compliment. It's like, you
yeah.
think I'm cheating? Oh my god! Wow.
I got accused of cheating the other day because I was running a full aura build on Singularity, and I ran through
I
all.
actually got accused. I actually got accused of stream sniping a few times. No, just once by this person I've run into a couple times because someone else just got unhooked and I had floods of rage go off and I saw them get into the locker. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna
Do you know?
yoink.
Do you know Cigar Box on Clown?
On yeah, and
Yeah.
then like waiting for the flashlight saves to show up, you're like, hmm,
Well, no, I love Cigar Box because Clown isn't played that much. Most people don't know his add-ons other than the
yeah,
one. And it's so funny the amount of times I've gotten accused of hacking using that add-on. It's like, no, I can just I have the ability to see you at all times. It's just what this does. I'm sorry. I saw you run into the locker because you thought it would be easy for me to not notice that. I don't know. Always bills. Always bills. I don't know why.
yeah.
Uh,
I had a Bill call me in this order. He called me a slur, and then he called me a ginger. It was really funny. Like, brother, at least escalate it properly. Come on, man.
I mean, to some people
And I'm
that there
not even a
was
ginger. It's just lighting, but like,
some people that was proper escalation.
I guess, yeah. What the heck?
Uh, but yeah, I mean, for me, I think yeah, low B tier is probably where I'd put Nemesis.
I think that's where like didn't Ot just like make a guard?
Yeah, he just did a tier list thing.
Yeah, let me look at the thumbnail here. Where am I?
Don't even watch the video. Just look at the thumbnail and complain. That's what most people do.
Let me see. Where's the Nemesis? The Nemesis. Where are you? I think like. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I need to enhance here. Um. Yeah, he put him like almost lowest B tier.
Mm-hmm. And you know
I'm like,
the argument you made,
That's fine. Yeah.
yeah, and the argument you made where it's like, I make him look good. It's like Clown. I think is like a poster child for that. It's like Clown isn't that good, but there are some players who make him look uncounterable.
Yeah.
Even though there are ways to counter a lot of the good players. Like I mean, Aaron had, I think he went on like a 200 match win streak with Clown.
Jesus.
Uh,
I don't even want to play clown for 20 matches.
as a former Clown man, I completely understand that.
I have a clown nose in my desk that I put on specifically when I'm playing Survivor and we run into a clown. It's just a running bit.
That's
But yeah,
uh
I'd say Nemesis is never gonna crack A tier unless he gets like a full add-on pass. Like
yeah,
that's just how it's gonna be.
yeah.
Cause like you'll see Blight like current adrenaline ring, compound 33, spirit mother daughter ring,
Well, that's the thing.
nurse existing.
I didn't even I don't remember in the odds video. I don't know if he took add-ons into account.
I didn't watch it. I just
Yeah,
you know.
I watched it. I can't remember it because I that's the weird thing about a lot of killer tier lists I see. A lot of them don't mention if they're taking add-ons into account or not because I think it's like assumed you're not supposed to, which I think is actually kind of stupid to do personally. Um, because
Because it's assuming you're in a vacuum when you're not.
yeah, well, I mean, on top of that, it's like unless you're specifically going out of your way to do it, who is playing the game with no add-ons? You know what I mean?
Nurse players smile because
Yeah,
they're like, oh, I don't even need add-ons to 4K.
yeah, no add-ons, no perks. I'm doing that with Chucky right now, actually. 50 games of none.
I I like serotonin injector way too much to not run it. Like when I don't have it on because I'm doing a build redeem or something, I feel naked.
That's fair. I mean, it's an add-on. Like, it doesn't completely change your playstyle, but it's like,
It really does.
does it? Like, I like.
If you're running T-virus sample, like
Mhm.
you will be going out of your way to hit a zombie and then sneaking up on a generator rather than just like, okay, this is a really safe gen. I'm not even gonna bother with it. Like maybe I can like I have to wait to commit to them. But like
Fair.
serotonin, you can be in their room and they're like, and then they turn around, they're like, "Hey, Nemesis, how are you?" Because you, a lot of people don't play with headphones on, because
Yes, yes,
it's
this,
crossplay, so
yeah.
they don't hear my stomp, 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 stomp.
Wonder
But then
if
like a PC player will be like, "Yeah, I heard you from like a mile away, dude. Your shoes, they're loud."
I was about to ask or say a stupid thing where I'm like, I wonder if behavior takes that into account. That some people don't play with headphones, and then I remember Spirit exists, so I don't think they do. Uh,
Nope. While we're on the topic of Spirit,
mhm.
I don't like her. She is on my tier list in Explode. Please get out of my game. I don't want to see you.
Explode. I mean, she has an add-on that lets her do that.
Yeah. Let me see if I can scroll up and find my tier list. Hold on. I believe no, those are survivors. Where's my killer one? Okay, here it is. You know, if you want to use this in the video, this is how I feel playing killers, for the record.
Mm-hmm. Nemmy, Huntress, Deathslinger, Larry up at the top. Good for you.
Larry's fun because like I had 3 games where I was floundering in the water, and then I ran to a streamer and said, "Hey, this is only like my 4th game on this killer. I'm doing my best. Please don't be mean to me." And then like the switch clicked in my brain, and I just like went on a rampage. It was crazy.
I'm funny with Larry because I play him a lot off stream, and I listen to podcasts when I play off stream, and I still do fine. I forgot who said it. Someone was like, why do Larry players act like he's like super hard to play when you can kind of just mindlessly play him and do just fine. And I was like, it's because they want everyone to think he's like this super 9,000 IQ killer when he's really not.
I mean, he is
I
like the skill ceiling is up
oh
there.
yeah. Don't get me wrong. He can be. I'm not saying he can't be. I'm saying he doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to like know every
Oh,
single placement or which cameras to look at and like be monitoring all 8 of them at once just to do decent with him is my point.
just shoot a ball in shack, look at them, then shoot them with your ball, and then run at them until they die.
Yeah. The way I see some Larry players talk about it, they're like, no, you have to like have a triangulation of these 3 cameras. So when they move to the left at a 25-degree angle, it's like, dude, it's not.
I mean, if they enjoy playing like that, like
Well,
good for them. Like
yeah.
I'm never gonna put in that much effort. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, no shade to Larry players. I'm just saying, like, you don't have to do that to be decent with him, is my point. To be,
Like,
like,
listen,
a god, sure, but, like...
I'm not a StarCraft enjoyer. I'm not trying to make my APM that high. I'm holding W, I'm holding M2, and I'm clicking M1 every once in a while. That's all.
There you go.
And space, I guess, but like, you know.
Yeah, running family photo and just hitting everything. um, okay, so this next one's gonna be kind of similar to the, to the power one, because it's gonna be a bit of an esoteric question. State of the game at the moment. Now, this is overall, not just like Nemesis, not like killer side or survivor side.
You know, this is gonna be a personal thing. I think despite the hag and
Mm-hmm.
spirit.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling Gummy.
Sorry, Gummy.
I'm gonna say I'm telling Gummy.
That's fine, he knows. Despite them existing,
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy Dead by Daylight. I am a
Same.
lover boy at heart. You know, I'm not a hater.
So
If I had a spirit 10 games in a row, I might change my mind. But like other than that,
I mean, you're the third person I've had on this, right? And
yeah.
every single person says the same thing. Yeah, I'm still enjoying the game. Like, that's why it's funny whenever I get on Twitter or see YouTube videos where it's
Well,
like,
that's your first mistake.
yeah, obviously. But my point is, like, I see so many people just so mad at this game right now. But then when I actually talk to people, they're like, "Nah, I love this game. It's great."
Yeah, I think the thing is like a lot of people have Dead by Daylight as the only game they play 7 days a week, 4 weeks a month, 12 months a year. You know, like that's it, Dead by Daylight.
I don't.
So like they really start to see it, but I used to stream 5 days a week, and now
Mm-hmm.
I don't on Mondays. You know, crazy concept. Here
Yeah.
I am recording on a Monday
Yeah. There you go.
to like make content and stuff, and like that made me enjoy the game a lot more. So it's more like too much of a good thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, maybe I'm just built different. Maybe I'm just a god at video games who has never known defeat in my life. But I like obviously there's things that people could do better, but like as far as balance or something goes, like
Yeah, but like
I'm like all the S tier killers exist. I'm gonna be real with you, but I enjoy playing against all of them as long as it's not like a 10,000 hour super sweat using every add on every slowdown. That's like on average, I have fun.
yeah, but like that situation there, like the 10,000 hour super sweat using like all the most busted stuff and playing perfectly and whatever. I understand people getting frustrated at that, but that's not a Dead by Daylight problem. That's a every video game
That's a
problem.
competitive game thing.
Yeah, like I play Valorant with my friends sometimes, and
I'm
so
sorry.
sometimes you'll get that match where like it's the one of the opponents is like an ascendant player with like 30,000 hours somehow, and it's
I
like
don't know what that means.
the top number one ranked with
Oh,
like
like Challenger?
yeah, yeah, it's a challenger of that game.
Fun
Um,
fact, I was a Yorick one trick and I got to Grandmaster
a man
and I
of
was the number one
culture.
Yorick in the world before I quit
Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. You went.
rating.
You played Yorick in League,
Yep.
and now you play Nemesis in Dead by Daylight.
Yes.
You you notice the correlation a bit there, right?
No, the Yorick goons actually kill people.
That's fair. Did you play? This is getting really off topic. But did you play Yorick before the rework?
No.
No. Okay.
This was like early DBD. I played like a few games. So, you know what? Here's the backstory, okay? I
Mm-hmm.
played Dota because my friend got me into it in high school. I did that for a while, and then I played Heroes of the Storm, and then I hit like 4K MMR or something at the time. Like 8K was the max, so like decent. And then I swapped to Heroes of the Storm. I hit Grandmaster in that, and all my friends played League. They're like, "Oh no, that doesn't count. You're not even good." And then I went to League, and I instantly got placed in Gold. Their highest is Silver.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Plat out of spite, and I went to Diamond out of spite, and then I hit Masters out of spite. And then I was like, okay, I already won, so bye.
The,
And
the
then they admitted I was good, so
the
ego.
moral of this podcast is spite is the best.
Spite wins games.
Spite is the
Take that
best.
into account.
It's the best motivator in life.
That
Uh,
and a deadline.
you
But
can,
yeah, I like straight up left that Discord. I grinded ranked for a month. I hit plat. I was like, okay, I'm coming back now.
but yeah, like state of the game. Like I really do think it's I
Back on
think
topic. Nice.
yeah. Or we can keep talking about League for 2 hours. That's fine.
No, I don't
Um,
want. I'm never going back to that game.
neither am I. Honestly, I
Like I love the game, but again, in a vacuum.
yeah.
The community is all like. I'm not trying to ego this, but I would win my lane every single game. You ban Aurelia, you build armor, you just win.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone else is like, they die once, they're like, okay, well, this game's over, we lost, GG, go next. Like, I'll have 5 kills on my laner solo. Like, I will have 2v1'd the top laner and the jungler. And then, like, my bot lane dies once, and it's like, okay, GG, go next, we can't win. And then, like, I'm hitting their inhib turret, it's like, hello? What do you mean go next? I'm in their base, we can go next. They cannot 5v1 me. What do you mean?
I think people give up too easy.
No, absolutely. It's just like,
I,
guys, this is ranked. We're in Masters. Like,
once again,
come on, man.
once again, not a Dead by Daylight issue only, but like
It's just a gaming
or just
thing,
a
yeah.
League issue. It's a gaming issue in my opinion. But
Yeah, and DBD doesn't have, well, it kind of does have a go next feature, like by attempting on hook to 4%.
I mean, listen. I hate playing against Pinhead. He's the only killer I don't enjoy playing against.
I love Pinhead because I can be a pick-me survivor. You are gonna deal with me or you're never gonna have your passive.
But as much as I hate playing against Pinhead, like I've never DC'd on purpose. I have never killed myself on hook on purpose. It's never
I have.
happened. I've never done it. And I'm not trying to be high and mighty about it. It's just like I don't understand unless like you're like on a constant like downward
Actually,
spiral. You know what I mean?
I think I ulta for 2 games back to back this last week actually, because I had a lobby that was 2 Haddonfield offerings.
Mm-hmm.
Detest Haddonfield. Like that's in Hag tier for maps.
Okay.
And then
Hag has her own tier.
After I ulta for that, like the streamer that came in with the key, they're like, "Oh, why'd you DC? That's so queer easy." And I was like, you cannot be this ignorant, please. And then while I was having that discussion, like I saw 2 Garden of Joy offerings, and I'm like, no, that's crazy. My game crashed again. So
I don't.
like
I mean, yeah, I get it.
I don't mind the maps. It's just like if I get a Haddonfield or a Garden of Joy offering, like I'm not gonna have a good time. If I just get the map, that's fine. Like I can at least I have a chance.
I think I think most people on both sides are in agreement with this. Map offering shouldn't be.
I have 500 RPD badges. If they ever announce that they're deleting them, I'm using them in one. I will straight up all of them at once.
There you go.
I will make a good RPD like video, like 3 weeks long. I don't care because I did that. Like I'm the NA West RPD enjoyer. I did a before the map split. I did a 16 to 17 hour stream where I did 50 games of Nemesis in a row on RPD. It was actually like 52 games because I got out map offering like twice, but like, you know. And
I'm
then after they split the map, I did it again on Survivor, except this time I did it in 2 streams because I nearly died the first time.
I'm curious.
Because
Do you enjoy RPD for the same reason I do because of how consistent it is?
for the same reason.
Yeah, yeah, for the same reason I do because of how consistent it is.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, I'm gonna go off on another tangent.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone that dislikes it because like, oh, I get lost. Learn it. It
Yeah.
doesn't change.
Well, the palette
It's
spawns change. That's it.
well, yeah, but they're always in the same room.
Right. Right. That's the thing. I haven't even played Resident Evil 2. Like I just played the map enough, and it's like
Yeah, right.
I still do get lost every now and again, but it's just because I forgot something.
I mean, sometimes I'll spawn in like looking at a wall and I won't know where I am, but like it takes me like 3 seconds.
I think the only time I ever get lost on RPD is when the staircase that you go up the stairs and to the left. There's that other staircase to the weapon room.
There's staircase to the weapon room.
To the where the weapon lockers are.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. I'll
I thought you
get
mean like up and then up another stairs. I'm like,
yeah, I'll
you
get
can't go up the library anymore. What game are you playing?
I'll get lost, not really lost, but like my brain will have like this cognitive dissonance because I'm like, oh, I can just go. I don't have to go upstairs to go back to the lobby. I can just go through the wall. I don't know why my brain thinks that.
I mean, you can. It just takes way longer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But my brain is like, oh, there's a hallway under those stairs.
There's no wraparound. There's only the way I came from.
Yeah, it's yeah. Other than that, though, I still don't understand it. It's been like 2 years, man. Like, how have people not learned that map?
It's just kind of some people are just stubborn, I guess. And then after the 50-hour stream, I did two, not 50 hours, sorry, 50 games on Killer, and then I did it again in 2 separate streams on Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
So I like RPD, you guys.
Chucky's making me hate it, but otherwise, because there's
I think it took me until like game 36 for me not to 4K, and that's because like I was nearly decrepit at that point. Because like
yeah, yeah.
it was like 6 in the morning or something, and I was still going. I'm like, I gotta do it, man. I gotta go. I'm already this far.
All
I
right,
slept for like 12 hours.
all right. So back to Nemmy a bit though. Tips for new Nemesis players, and by new, I don't mean like someone who literally just loaded up the game as like, oh, cool Resident Evil character. I mean like someone who's been playing for a little bit and is like, you know what, I'm gonna main Tentacle Man.
Um, well, first of all, use your power. It's probably a no duh.
Right.
You will probably lose a lot early on while you're learning, but this isn't a Nemesis specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
But try to rely on M1s as little as you can, and obviously learn how to drag the whip, because once you start getting into good survivor matches, because you start doing better and better, if you're not like maneuvering it, you're not gonna hit them. Because like you will notice it, like when I'm playing, you'll see survivors looking behind them, and then like the second you throw it, they'll move left or right, and you have to kind of deal with that, or you could just like not deal with that and just punch them. But
Right.
most of the time you want to get them into like an area where they cannot dodge it, then you just like whip drag it, then you hit them, and it's guaranteed. And
Yeah.
that's not just at windows or vaults.
To add to that point, and this is for all M2 killers who use it well. Don't
Don't run
run
Stabiffle.
Stabiffle. Not because it's not good. Actually, no, even with the change, it doesn't matter really. But do not
It
run.
gives you bad habits.
Yes, that's the only thing I say about people running. I run it on Chucky. and everyone
What the
and
heck?
people are like, "Oh, should I run it on Chucky? It seems really good." No, it's only good on Chucky because I know how to use it. Don't run it on him otherwise, because you're gonna fucking you're gonna build bad habits and just be bad at him overall. Listen, don't mock my hairspray can Stabiffle build, all right?
Maybe not bad, but it'll take you longer to get good.
Yeah, I think that's a better way to put it. Yeah. Um, anything else as far as like watching zombies or anything like that?
If your zombie has its arms up, that means a survivor passed it like 10 seconds ago. It does not mean they're on top of it unless they're actively turning around with
Okay,
their arms out.
fair enough. Actually, didn't know that.
No, because like you run to the zombie and then they're like 40 meters away. You're like, oh, well, okay. It works the best on outdoor maps, but sometimes they just put their arms up and that's like they saw a glimpse of someone, then they stop seeing them, so they stop looking.
Yeah, I never really thought about it. Can they see through walls?
Zombies? No.
No. Okay.
They
I'm
can hear you through walls if you do
mm,
something loud.
yeah. I'm sure there's probably fucking a clip somewhere of them like seeing through all the walls on Larry's or something. But uh,
No. Larry's is probably the zombies' weakest indoor map
mhm.
because the whole there's like 50 windows. Come on, like
Yeah.
it makes sense. And
Uh,
then like RPD, Midwich is probably his best map,
it's
honestly.
most killer's best map.
Well, yeah, but the zombies like they can block the hallway.
And the two stairways to get upstairs.
Yeah.
Um, all right, tip
No,
that was,
there's three. There's three.
yeah, if you open
The
the
killer has to make the third
yeah, I
one,
was
but there's three.
technically there is three. It's the not really a staircase, it's the rubble. In one of the rooms there's like rubble that leads up to a generator in the library, I think it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there's four.
Yeah,
There's
there's
four.
four, but you have to make the fourth one.
Yeah.
No one ever thinks about that one I just mentioned though. All right, that's tips for playing as. What about against? Anything other than crouching at every pallet possible?
Oh boy.
That was a
I don't
joke.
want to give the advice, but like realistically, you should be pre-dropping him at tier one. Like it is so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But like if he gets too close, like most of the time you don't want to hit survivors over pallets. But like in tier one, you can whip drag the whole pallet and not worry about like breaking it.
Right.
So if you don't pre-drop it, you give him a free hit, and then once he hits tier two, like that's when the ball starts rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And again, because most Nemesises do this, if you're the obsession, take the vaccines. You deserve them. You deserve a little treat. He's probably not going to punch you. And if you notice that he has to biffle because you're the obsession, you can spin him really hard. Because if a survivor is very wiggly, it is hard to hit them with the whip.
Oh yeah, I mean the hitbox is very
No,
thin.
because like even with a whip drag, when they're wiggling around you like in your FOV, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Mm-hmm. I mean it's not like super precise, but like it's yeah.
If you've noticed they're not punching you as the obsession, there you go.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean that's probably changed now with the Stabiffle nerf coming.
And you can kill the zombies with pallets.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that with the god pallet, obviously.
You can also blind them with flashlights. I still know people who don't
And
know that. And
flashbangs.
you can I didn't know you could do it. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Well, it's a waste of a
Yeah, I
flashbang,
was
but
gonna
you
say,
can.
yeah. um
It's an option in the arsenal.
but yeah, I mean, and then the whole okay, I was half joking with the crouching under every like if he's trying to hit you over a window or whatever. It does work on some of them, but not
No, you
all.
can crouch under the window. It just depends on if you land on the other side
Mm-hmm.
before you crouch. Or sorry, before he hits you.
Yeah.
Because you get hit over windows a lot, trust me. If you go for a window in front of the Nemesis, like it's just kind of a mind game thing. Because like either you vault it and he hits you, or
Mm-hmm.
you don't vault it and he whips drags into you, or like I think genuinely the best mind game for me against me because I play a lot because I think they're gonna fake it is just go for the window. And then I'm like, why'd they go for the window? And then I miss, and then I look bad.
uh
But yeah, crouching under the window. If you do it in time, he just does not hit you.
yeah. Yeah,
But there's some really short windows, so be careful with that.
yeah, that was my point. Was like just don't do it at every learn which windows it is. And we're not going to sit here going over every single loop in the game. Uh, as much as I had one comment tell me that on the
I'm
video
about
once.
to. I'm doing that. I'm gonna do it.
I had one comment on a video tell me that once. I was doing a guide for Chucky, I think, and they were like, "Oh,
For what?
you should have explained how he works at every loop in the game, bro."
I am.
Well, yeah,
This is not a bit. I'm going to.
again, and more power to you. I understand that, but I was just doing a quick like 10-minute guide on something. I'm not going to go over every single loop in the game.
Oh, actually, that's kind of what inspired me to do this, because like I think the most comprehensive Nemesis guide is like 8 minutes long. I'm like, you know
What?
what? I can do better than that.
Bro, have you seen the Ghostface guide by Marshmallow?
Yeah, well, Nemesis doesn't have any insane people, and I want to be the insane people.
I think my Chucky guide right now, I'm waiting on that, by the way. But my Chucky guide right now, I think I've written it up. It's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, let me look up Nemesis guide. Okay, I have one that's 10 minutes 30, and I
Oh,
have one that's 8 minutes.
that is not enough. That is
Okay,
not.
15 minutes ultimate Nemesis tutorial.
That is not an ultimate. That's okay. All right.
That's not right? I'm saying like that's a good baseline. But no.
I mean, it's a catchy title, I guess.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna say the actual ultimate guide.
The action.
No, that'd be so rude.
You won't add their name as featuring and then like throw one clip in there.
Featuring, and then I put their length and I put a thumbs down.
All right. Okay, now you said you haven't really played Resident Evil before you played
Oh no,
Nemesis.
I've done all of them now. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
okay.
I've done my homework.
So how well do you think he was adapted to the game?
He's not.
He's not very well.
The tentacle is not iconic. Okay, actually, him socking the fuck out of you, that is 1-to-1. That is great.
Mhm.
I'd say his roar is pretty good. He's obviously shorter, so he can fit in the map.
Right.
And but I'd say the pursuer part, he's kind like, well, obviously they have to make him fair. They're not just gonna make him like a 250% movement speed killer.
Who can go through walls and has a rocket launcher that one
Instant down and
shot
kill you in
goes
one hit,
in.
yeah. And like
Um,
the tentacle is more of a trip attack, I guess,
well,
than
I think the idea with the tentacle was they had to have something to show him evolving throughout the match.
yeah, and you can't just make him turn into the stage 2.
Yeah. I mean that
Which
like
behavior? Hear me out.
we just take Xenomorph's runner mode and give it to Nemesis.
Yes. And just make him like 150% speed. It'll be balanced, promise.
Yeah, and then instead of the tail attack, he has like 3 whips that go in 360 degrees around him in 15
Yeah.
meters.
Well, no, he wouldn't have a whip at that point. It's more of a
Sprinkler, a death
tackle.
sprinkler. Yeah, a tackle. He just runs into you.
No, yeah, I mean, that's what it does.
Yeah, fair
In
enough.
in stage, I want to play stage 2. I haven't played R3 in a while.
Can I say something about Nemesis's perks though?
No.
I am. Thank you, thank you. You're the
Okay,
best
go on.
best guest I've ever had. I'm kind of disappointed that none of them are like really references to the games. Like Lethal Pursuer, like kind of
I
is.
mean, he is the pursuer. That's like his whole thing.
Yeah, and
Like, he only got called Nemesis because of the title of the third game.
what about
But he's referred to as the pursuer
what about
through
a
RE3.
what about Eruption?
You know, I was defending Lethal Pursuer, okay?
What is his third? I don't even remember his third perk.
Uh, shit, what is his third perk? It's the one where you like, if you get injured, you're oblivious.
Oh, Hysteria.
Yeah,
The
Hysteria. There you
fuck does
go.
that have to? Like, I kind of can see it, but not really.
I get it.
Like, it's like a basic human emotion.
It's it's like
My psychology professor is rolling in his grave that I just called hysteria a human emotion.
I
Um,
think it's more of a debuff personally than an emotion.
it's
No, eruption. I mean, there's only so much you can do, like with dude chasing you and punching you in the face.
yeah, I don't, yeah,
Like
yes, but like,
they'd have to see the issue is like you'd have to do something like adapting, and then it would be like fire up, I guess, in terms of
yeah,
like get stronger as the game goes on, and
mm-hmm,
then I maybe you could do something like it wouldn't affect zombies because camp powers be affected by perks, but it would be like a zombie-ish perk,
yeah. I mean,
like if a survivor dies, like debuff the other survivors aside from them having a death. But
yeah, because I mean, like lethal kind of like covered the whole base of not just, and especially once they buffed it, not just like a pursuer,
oh,
but
I
also
was
like knowing where you are, you know.
I was already religiously running lethal, and then that buff of like it extending auras too. I was like,
My
maybe.
I used to play a lot of Ghostface, and my build on Ghostface was Lethal Pursuer and Outdoor Security Camera. For people who don't know what that does, when you down somebody who's marked, you see the auras of every other survivor on the map, regardless of range. So I was already running Lethal with that, and then they buffed it, and I was like, dude, they just buffed my entire killer.
Yes, sir.
Uh, yeah, that Lethal buff was insane. I love it. My only problem with that buff is sometimes I feel bad when I run Lethal and no other auras. Because back in the day, I would just run lethal just to run it, and now I feel like I have to run another aura perk, or else I'm wasting it.
Eh,
Um, but yeah, I think adaptation wise, they did a terrible job with Nemesis. It's cool to see him in the game. Don't get me
no,
wrong.
it's no. I get it though, because like it's Resident Evil. You
Mm-hmm.
can't really do a 1-to-1 and put it in Dead by Daylight as a fair killer.
Right. I mean, like you can't. I mean, people will go up and down with this one. It's like is like the pig. Amanda isn't technically like 1-to-1. Like she wouldn't let
I'd
people.
say it's pretty good though, because like
It's close with it being like fair
it
for the game.
ambushes you. You have the bear traps. There you go.
Yeah, but if it was actually Amanda, she wouldn't let you get out.
Well, yeah, but
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's
okay.
adaptation, but then you also have to think, okay,
There are restrictions based off of like how the game would play. Oh, hey, this killer. You spawn in and you die. Sorry. GG. Go next.
well, I mean,
Like
in
you can't. You
like lore wise, do you think Michael Myers is really getting stopped by a fucking pallet
yes.
or a Nemesis by a pallet? Do you think Nemesis really cares if a piece of wood is thrown on top of him?
Oh, Nemesis, the brick shit house who walked through solid like stone walls. I think the wood would stop him. Yeah.
I mean, technically, they did adapt that because he breaks it with the whip, but like, I didn't even think about that. I guess that is was
I
kind
will
of.
say though. I will say though.
Hmm.
His break animations are really good, and it's a
Oh,
shame that I use the whip all the time.
oh yeah. I love when he punches the walls. I love the kick
I
on the
wish you kind of just
jams.
walked through it. I think that'd be more badass. But like,
Oh, he didn't even punch. Like there's still an animation you're locked, but like he just.
no, in RE3 he just walks through the wall.
Yeah, I know. Right at like the first 5 minutes of the game.
And it's a great, good first 5 minutes.
I think most people agree that's probably the best part of that game. It's like
I don't know. I like fingering Nemesis personally.
I was watching Brand the Mr. Headache play it, and I was like, he was coming up on the part where Jill's in the tram station with all the bugs.
Yeah.
And I was like, the beginning scene of that, the infamous one, where
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
I was like, dude, either someone really hates Jill or someone really likes Jill. I don't know which it is, and I don't know which scares me more.
Oh boy. My One of my favorite scenes, but only this is only because of a mod that didn't actually end up working, so I had to do it manually. It was during the scene when Jill's in like the hospital and Carlos is defending her,
Hmm.
and then like all the zombies are coming in. Like the mod was supposed to make it play holding out for a hero, and it didn't
Oh,
work, so I had to do it manually. And it was still pretty badass, but like hero, and then it
yeah,
was fun, but
yeah. That song goes with a lot of game scenes. Actually, it's kind of
yeah,
funny.
I mean the mod
Um,
didn't work. Sick and twisted.
uh, I had this question in here, but I never ask it because I don't want it to get too tangential. But we've already gotten there, so uh,
Imagine.
what other? I was about to ask, do you play any other games? What other games do you play? Like
Uh,
nowadays? I know you're streaming Dead by
no,
Daylight a
I
lot.
religiously only play ball. Whoops, that's not even the bit. I religiously only play Dead by Daylight.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's it. No, recently I just beat I just did another full run of Terraria like a couple weeks ago. I did a bit of Raft with Kurta. We're
Mhm,
gonna continue that? Question mark, I think. There's a game called Endless Dungeon that I'm waiting for more updates for, which is like a roguelike turret tower defense shooter thing. It's hard to explain, but it's like it's the niche I've been looking for a while.
mhm.
Baldur's Gate 3, of course. I was playing that before this interview.
I saw.
And Halo Infinite, kinda.
Really?
Like not a lot, but just like every time they add a new update, I guess I go back and check it out.
Yeah, I've been trying to get back into Halo Infinite, but like I can't download it to my SSD, and it doesn't do well on HDDs. So
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I have it on my HDD.
it stutters so
It
much on HDD, and
it takes a
I don't know why.
well, I have fine performance in game, but like the actual opening is the issue.
Oh my god, I know.
Yeah,
I
I am excited for that though because the Mark IV from Halo Wars, which is like the beefiest Spartans have ever been in Halo media, is like getting put into Infinite in like a week.
mhm.
So I'm very excited for that. And they're getting away from the Battle Pass system just to operations, and they're all going to be free going forward. So
Oh,
I'm very excited for all that.
that's sick. All right.
And then
I
people are all like, "Oh, well, it's just the battle passes are gone. The Halo's dying. It's over. They're making the next game." It's like, guys, come on.
listen. As much shit as I gave Halo Infinite, the biggest praise I gave to it at launch was the way they handled battle passes. Not the
Not the first one
well, let me rephrase that. The way they handled the monetization of the battle passes.
of the battle passes, and then you just kind of
They're
let's just
there.
push off the other monetization to the side. Don't worry about that. It's
Yeah,
fine.
my point was though is like I don't have that fear of FOMO from the battle passes in Halo Infinite.
Yeah, and then you have the fear of FOMO from your favorite helmet from the last like what 6 games, and it's like, oh yeah, you have to pay $20 for this.
listen,
Huh?
listen. All right, I got my cat ears. I'm good for life.
Oh, this guy. Okay. But yeah, the
uh,
Mark IV Spartans, first time in like an actual shooter version of Halo. That's very exciting.
yeah. Uh,
And they're putting the helmets from the show in, which they're good helmets.
did you? I'm sure you.
I'm not. No,
Okay. I
don't get me started. You think I play a lot of Dead by Daylight? You don't even know.
No, I was gonna ask about I forget the guy who even plays Chief in the show.
Pablo Schreiber.
Yeah, did you see his
I
fucking?
have that guy.
Did you see his tweet?
He's so dumb, dude. Please. Oh well, you can't tell a story about a character wearing a helmet. Uh, if you want to have a long-lasting show, and then like the first comment I see is like, "Oh, imagine if we had 20 years and 6 games worth and 100 hours of cutscenes of a character wearing a helmet telling a good story." Hmm.
Or
Just like
Metroid and Mega Man.
Metroid, The Mandalorian, Star Wars. Like, come on, brother.
Whatever. Yeah. It's just that I don't get like genuinely mad at a lot of tweets or like actors or whatever. That one genuinely pissed me off when I read.
My God, I was like, dude, what are you on?
How
And this is
how
it's like the
pretentious.
Witcher show too. And
Mm-hmm.
then like you have people that like, okay, we're not gonna follow the canon. We need to expand to a bigger audience. Like it's not a 100 million plus audience already. Like Halo's a household name. You don't need a bigger audience. You need a good show. And like they made it non-canon, and then there's so much going on.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Listen, but Don
And then
man,
like they brag about not knowing the lore. It's like, man.
like Don Mancini did the Chucky show, and it's not the most popular thing in the world, but he's doing it because he knows fans love watching it. So he fights
Yeah,
tooth and nail to keep that show on the air as much as he can.
yeah.
I wish more directors were like that. Don't get me wrong, Don Mancini has done some stupid stuff with the canon and whatever, but the man loves the franchise he's working on, and it shows.
That's all you really need. You just need the dedication.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, Seed and Bride are kind of bad, but like they're he was trying something new, and the man stuck to his morals and or laurels or whatever the fuck the phrase is, and like
Stuck to his guns.
yeah, and he kept it canon. He references it all the time. He knows they're bad, but like he doesn't care. Like,
And then the Halo show is in the silver timeline. Why? Like, it's so easy, okay? Look, have one season, the beginning of the war, the insurgency, all that. Spartans kind of bad guys because they were made to kill other people, by the way.
why not just make
Season 2,
just
Halo Reach.
yeah, just make Fall
Make
of
a season
Reach.
per.
Just make Fall of Reach a season.
Or you could just use the books. Crazy concept.
That's what I'm
I
saying. The
know.
Fall of Reach, the first
Yeah, I
book.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
just,
And then like, you just keep going on, going on. Like, it's hey. Okay, I love the book series, right?
Mhm.
Because it's like what I like about Star Wars. Like, I don't know if you've seen Andor, but it's like a story about characters in the universe that could tie in, but they don't necessarily like have to be with all the main characters, and it's still a good story
Yeah,
because it makes it feel more alive. And then there's like bad Star Wars, which is like stuff that's like, oh, everyone has to be related to a Skywalker, everyone has to go be on the Death Star or whatever, and then like that's kind of like you get tired of it after a while.
yeah. I've said it before. My biggest problem with Star Wars is I feel like the Empire doesn't get explored enough, and I don't know.
If you haven't seen Andor, I will recommend this
Mhm.
because that is genuinely like my favorite show in like the past few years.
Well,
Like not because of Star. I don't even like. Listen, I'm not a Star Wars fan.
right.
Like this is not me being a Star Wars dick rider. Okay, I promise.
Well, yeah. I got you.
Andor is so fucking good. Like I know I know I don't sound believable. I know when I say this Star Wars show is one of the peak pieces of fiction that I've seen in a while. I know I sound crazy. Trust me, I'm a trustworthy guy sometimes when I'm not lying for fun. Trust me on this one, okay? It's so good. Like genuinely a 10 out of 10. Like I would put it on Netflix Daredevil levels. It's so good.
Like I said,
Please.
I think my biggest problem with Star Wars is because I remember I watched The Force Awakens, and they introduced Finn.
Oh yeah.
They introduced Finn, being like an ex
Finn should have
storm.
been a Jedi.
Well, it's not even that. It's like, oh, they introduced an ex stormtrooper, and they're trying to like humanize the Empire a bit, and then they never did anything with it. And I was like, okay,
Andor
why?
does that. Andor does that.
Okay, I might actually watch it
You have
now.
like three separate factions, and you like all the factions, even though some just objectively fuck over the other ones, and you don't want to see it happen. And the whole season is like four separate. It might be four or three. I don't remember. It's four separate storylines, and they all wrap up nicely in their own little 3 episode arc. And then you're like, okay, this is gonna be a finale, and
Mhm.
then it keeps going because like that's just their arc. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, oh, it's so good.
um,
It's so good. I just need to talk about Andor for a while because like I don't know anyone has seen it, and like I was like, oh boy, like
I'll watch it.
genuinely emotional experience.
When's the next time you stream?
Please watch Andor.
When's the next time you stream?
Anyone is listening.
When's the next time you stream?
Tomorrow.
Okay, I'll watch all of it in 4 hours before I go to bed tonight. And then I'll
Yeah, good
just
luck with that. Yeah,
I'll flood your whole chat. All right.
you can watch one arc. There you go.
Uh,
Like
that,
legitimately, it has like 4 finales in the first season. It's crazy.
that's
And season 2 is coming out this year. I'm so excited.
I think it's one of those things where like I was like interested, and then for some reason I just didn't watch it. I don't know why.
No, but they said like, okay, we're gonna take this side character from a side movie. We're gonna make him the main character, and it's gonna be the best piece of Star Wars media you've ever seen. It's like you're high, you're on something. No, no, I'm
You know
I
what's
know what I'm talking about.
you know what's great about using slightly obscure side characters?
What?
They can do whatever they want. I
Yes.
think that's something a lot of filmmakers forget.
Because if you take a main character, it's going to be a lot more people weaponized about like, oh, this isn't in character. But if you have your own character, you can tell the story you want.
Yeah, like the guy from episode 2 who jumped up and immediately died. I forget his name. Make a movie about him, all right? Um
Or back on the Halo thing, you could just not make a story about Master Chief. Like there are just so many Spartan 2 regiments that you could do. Like
Johnson.
you,
Just make a
uh,
movie about
uh,
Johnson.
I mean, if they made a movie, no, actually, hold on, I have a plan for this one. I can spin this. Johnson is in the Spartan 1 program, which was
Yes.
not Spartans because it failed.
Right.
And he was there when the Covenant Wars happened.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have that for season 1.
Well, there's also a lot we don't know about Johnson because it's quote classified in. I say that, but you know, whatever.
It's classified.
Yeah, so we never like get like specific details. So you have material to work with.
Yeah, there's just like this little thing that no one knows about. You can
Or hear me the fuck out. And here's one that
hearing.
this is something with Halo. I feel like they never. It's in a lot of the comics and books, but you don't hear
I
about
might
it
have
much.
opinions about this.
You don't hear it much about in the games, and you don't hear. And I don't think the TV show really goes into it either. Why don't we get a whole thing about Oni?
Oh, absolutely. That could be like a spy
Like,
fucking thing.
yeah, it doesn't have to be a spy thriller. You can literally just make it like in Halo's Resident Evil, pretty much.
And Dare from Halo 3 ODST, she's in Oni. And
Yeah,
she's shifty as fuck.
yeah, and she's not like a super popular. Well, okay, I want to say super.
She's a pretty popular character, let's be for real.
She's not a super well used character. She's not in
Uh,
much other
oh, well,
than
maybe not used, no.
yeah,
But she's in a few books.
yeah. Well, I mean,
I know that's not gonna be like the argument that wins it over. Like, oh, she's in a few books, she's pretty well used. So, like,
yeah, I'd say they could maybe make a season about Ghost of Onyx, but Halsey's in that a lot, and I don't think I
they
don't
can
think
run Halsey very well.
yeah. I don't trust them with Halsey. Well, on top of that, Halsey is a pretty divisive character.
Complicated
Yeah.
character.
I was gonna say divisive, but complicated works too.
Yeah, Contact Harvest, that's one I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the first Covenant attack.
Yeah, that's the one that Johnson would be in, and then
Yeah. Okay.
hot take, I like all the Halo books except Broken Circle made me want to fucking fall asleep.
I don't
Holy
like
shit.
I don't like the Flood. That was the adaptation of the
skip
first game.
I skip half the Flood.
It's literally just it just retells the game.
Yeah, I skip those chapters and then I read what's going on elsewhere because I
Yeah,
already know what's
yeah.
happening there.
That was the interesting part about that book because like there's like arbiters in that book.
Yeah,
Yeah, it like
he
tells
was
his
there. I mean, he's the one
yeah
that was in charge of because he's the shipmaster.
yeah
Or
that
not the shipmaster, whatever.
but
The fleet master.
that
There we
book
go.
was made before Halo 2 started being made.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's an
which
important character.
yeah. I just think it's interesting that that technically they got the idea for Arbiter from a book from a random writer, but whatever.
Good for
Uh,
them.
this Dead by Daylight podcast is great.
I'm just talking. I'm having a good time. That's what I'm here for.
I don't get to nerd out about Halo with many people, so it's
But
actually
listen, Broken Circle, okay? Broken Circle.
what was
Cool
the
boy. Let me tell you about Broken fucking Circle. It might not have been Broken Circle. It might have been a different one. Hold on. Let me look. Let me perceive.
what was the Halo movie from like 2011?
Forward Unto Dawn.
No, the other one.
I don't know.
The one that was like Halo Legends or something. The one with like a bunch of different
Oh, the
art
animated
styles.
ones,
Yeah. Like there's like they have a lot of those are
No.
canon.
No, it is Broken Circle that I need to beef with for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Covenant's cool. Okay, let's just
You think they're
put
cool?
that on the table. I think the Covenant is cool. I
You
think they're an interesting faction. They're well written.
okay? Okay.
Broken Circle, the story that tells you about the beginning of the Covenant, I do not fucking care about. It is the most boring shit I've ever read. There are I do not want to read about prophet mating rituals for an hour. And I do not want to hear like, oh, my wife, she's so hot, her throat waddles make me horny or something. Like,
throat
I don't
wobble.
care. Tell me about the fucking elites.
Oh my
I'm
god.
not exaggerating. I'm not.
Well,
I,
I mean,
I'm so tired. I fucking, I have to go fight John Smiley.
I just, yeah.
Shirley, sorry.
I mean, and to bring, I can actually kind of bring this back around on Dead by Daylight.
Oh my god.
With,
Okay.
okay, I will. And that's with the one, the movie, and two, the Frank Stone game.
I'm
Um,
excited for the Frank Stone game.
this game has so many characters, and I'm not a huge lore guy for this game. I still read it and know it, right? But they don't do enough with some of these fucking characters. Like I don't
Yeah.
there's so many like, and I think I was talking to Squid about this last week. The fact that we still have very little lore about what the killers do when they're not in the trials is the most disappointing thing in my opinion.
They just go to their room. They have a comfy chair,
Like
take a nap, watch a show.
you have all of these killers in one spot from iconic franchises and some cool original ones, and we have no idea what they're like when they're interacting with each other. I just want to see it. Like,
There's in stasis.
I mean, once again, that's what I assume that they're going to say one day, but
Well, I mean, this is also the same company that said she picked out the shirt because it was blue. You know, like gotta give the writer some slack. Come on.
yeah, the blue represents depression. That's what I learned in third grade. Um, shout outs to my third grade English teacher. I'm sure she's very proud of me.
I mean, I just did a whole video about like color theory in Greece, so I'm gonna not make a comment about that.
Okay, listen. I studied psychology and sociology for years.
I have a psych degree.
I understand. I do. Don't get me wrong. It's just I feel like sometimes we do look a little too deep into it. Um,
Yeah, me and my psych degree. You know how that's going.
I took psych for 2 years. I have an
A
associate's.
minor.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Um, I also have a bachelor's in philosophy. Believe it or not, as
I have a bachelor's in psych.
I have a bachelor's in philosophy, and I don't use it for anything in my life other than when I get drunk. I can be like, well, technically, you got. I'm right because then I flash my degree.
Check the paper. I'm correct. You're wrong. Goodbye.
Even though the whole point of philosophy is that no one's right.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, like I think Dead by Daylight. Like I'm excited for the movie. I hope they do it like League did Arcane.
Oh my.
And instead of trying to shoehorn everyone in like people thought they were gonna
They.
do, you pick like two and you run with it.
No, I don't think they're gonna do that though, because if like I assume they have like they at least talk to each other, like the creative departments
hmm
for their offshoot stuff. But like the Frank Stone thing is like five new like characters,
Yeah,
and like that's cool.
right. It does have one problem, an issue for behavior, but we'll see how that goes
I
once it
implement
comes out.
perks for them. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, no, not even just that. It's like League did the same thing with Arcane. It's like they made all these cool characters just for Arcane, and then everyone was like, "Why aren't they in the game? Why did you guys not put these characters? They're so good. Why are they not in the game?" And apparently they're adding them now. So took them
Yeah.
2 years, but they're getting there. Um, but yeah, that's just the whole like customer expectations and things like that. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for the movie and Frank Stone. I don't think it'll be my thing gameplay wise, but I'm excited for the story at least. Which coming
I actually I want to play Until Dawn, but it's not on PC. What the fuck?
is it? Oh no, it's not. It's PlayStation exclusive.
I
Right.
I think exclusives are so dumb.
What was the other game they made? It's on PC, isn't it?
The Quarry.
Yeah,
There's a few others.
isn't that on PC?
Yeah, it's on Steam.
Yeah, I was gonna play Alan Wake 2. I was actually excited because they announced Alan Wake. Like, yeah,
Then they put it on Epic
yeah.
only.
I
Yeah,
didn't. I
yeah.
wasn't aware of this fact, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'm not playing this game.
Guess I'll wait.
um,
The
I was gonna ask the
only
I was gonna ask the next question, but I've realized you already answered that. And do you still have fun with this game? And you've already said
hell
you
yeah,
very much
boy.
do. It's yeah. I don't know. I feel like people are just wanting to whine sometimes with this
I
game.
play both roles, so if I have some bad games as killer, I can go to Survivor and vice versa.
I have some bad games as killer, and I don't feel like playing Survivor. I just go play something else.
Yeah.
It's also
I'd
another
probably like Dead
option.
by Daylight less if I didn't stream it, honestly.
That yeah, because I haven't streamed in like a week, and I think I've maybe played the game for like 3 hours.
I don't play it offline at all. It's how I avoid burnout.
Yeah, that's part of it, but also it's just especially it's just such a lonely game when you're not playing with friends. Like even if like you're playing like solo queue survivor, it's like it feels like you're part of a team, but not really. There's no
Yeah.
comms, there's no nothing. Like I play Rainbow Six Siege sometimes, and it's like
I'm
even
sorry.
even if I'm the only one, like, or even if all people are saying is just giving like call outs and whatever, at least I still feel like I'm interacting with people. And
Yeah.
yeah, Dead by Daylight, I don't really ever have that feeling. I'm not saying they should add voice comms. I'm just making a point. It's a very lonely game. I feel unless you go out of your way to make it not that. Um, and then stats, like I said, number 5, right?
Yeah.
That's still blows my mind with how like
I wish there was like an in-game leaderboard instead of just like third-party sites.
yeah
Because
that would be
there's a lot of console players that'll just never get on there because it's tracked via Steam.
I play on Windows Store,
Yeah,
so
that too.
I can never get my stats. I'm a Chucky player, so I don't care about my stats because I think
Scamper hit.
yeah, Scamper hit. Let's go, because that's the one. That's the one every Chucky man wants to be like, bro. Look at that. I'm number one Scamper hits. Oh, so you're just bad at the game. Got it.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, you know what I mean.
Like you do gotta aim the power after scampering.
No, 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 no. It's Scamper. It's M1 Scamper hits.
Oh,
It doesn't count the slice and dice
gross.
ones. Yeah, it's an M1 scamper hit 5 seconds after. So like after you scamper the pallet, if you hit someone within 5 seconds of the basic attack.
It's three.
Is it 3?
Yeah.
Oh,
Joke's on you.
okay, fine. I didn't know the exact
That's the
number.
name of the achievement.
My bad. Uh, but yeah, I mean Chucky's a whole other fucking. As much as I love talking about it, I do get fucking tired of having the same 3 arguments about it all the time. uh, yeah. Also, I think wanting scamper nerfed on Chucky has taught me that as much as I like to think a lot of the Dead by Daylight community is on the same page, they're not.
Yeah.
Because like I did that video talking about scamper being being overpowered and how it should be nerfed. And I was like, okay, everyone's gonna like this video. I got so many hates. There's so much hate from that video.
There was I think it was Otofu that I had a tweet about that.
Yeah, one I don't fully agree with, but I get what he was trying to say. Um, like I don't think it would have bothered me, but like a lot of people were just very mean about. It wasn't just like, no, I think you're wrong, and here's why. It was, no, listen here, you fucking dipshit. I was like, okay, all right, I know where this is going. Um, but that's once again, that's the internet for you. So,
I
uh,
just work here.
yeah, I like to think I do. But I think that's really it. We've only been going, I'd say only, but it's been an hour and 45 minutes. I think we talked about Halo for like half an hour.
I'm just efficient. What can I say?
Yeah, there you go. Well, I mean, Are there any other Nemesis players you want to shout out before the end of this?
Um, I only know one
Mm-hmm.
because like most of the Nemesis players I know are because of me.
Okay.
They're like, oh, that guy, he plays very cool, so I'm gonna do it too. So I'd say like Indigo Ninja is like the one other Nemesis player that I didn't cause, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I'd like.
And Mr. Taterhead, but I don't know if he still plays them, I'll be honest. I don't know when he streams, I'll be real with you. But
I've
he's
never.
like a swell dude, so
Yeah. And then once again, for what you do, mostly it's streaming, I assume, and you're working on the YouTube stuff as also. Uh,
yeah.
you have Twitter. I know that much.
That's crazy.
I will put all of that below for anyone who's interested, as well as
Uh
the other ones. Unless you,
yeah, I've got my Twitter Horceror, I've got my TikTok Horceror, I've got my YouTube Horceror, but that one is for other types of videos. Horceror 2 is for my DBD stuff.
why didn't you name it Horse or DBD?
Because, I didn't want it to only be DBD, okay?
You already have two
Like,
channels.
you know, it was just gonna be like, listen, okay, no, I can explain this one. I'm
Okay.
not I'm not dying in this hole.
Okay.
The first channel is for the long form stuff that I want to talk about, like video essays and stuff. I did one on Gree and I recorded on my webcam mic because it wasn't the default and I want to die.
Okay.
And my second channel is going to be like for stream stuff, like less effort, but still, like
Yeah.
stream, and it's not just me talking for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I recorded that video in my webcam mic because Audacity, who can see it literally says parentheses webcam. It's like, yeah, that's the default. That's fine. That's what you meant to use. Absolutely.
Uh,
And like it was like an hour or something of talking. I'm like,
and
this is so stupid.
like the muffled mic noise. Like it's too
It
close, even though
it
it's not.
just sounds bad. Like I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, I watched some of my older stuff. I'm like, how the
Like
fuck?
it was just kind of demoralizing because I didn't want to go back and re-upload it. It's like I gotta fix this. It'll take me like 6 hours. It's like,
I still have my VODs from like when I first started streaming.
oh boy.
I've watched them and I'm like, how the fuck did I not know what a noise suppression filter or like a gain filter was?
I
How do
mean,
I think anyone would listen to this without their ears bleeding? But
for the longest time, I just used my headset mic. I
Mhm.
didn't even have a microphone.
Oh,
I mean, it was okay quality. I have a few TikToks from it,
yeah,
but
I mean, it works. It's just, it's always nice to have better quality.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, as always, I tell this to everybody. Thank you for doing this. I know it sounds stupid to say sometimes, but I am
I
a
love talking about myself.
I we all I'm a literal nobody in this community, and the amount of people who have been saying yes to this is just. But yeah, thank you for coming up for real, and
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, maybe one day we'll do an update. I haven't really thought about what's going to happen at the end of all of these, but
Yeah, we can do an update when they change my fucking
yeah,
add-ons.
season 2, it's coming. I promise.
Season 2, Dead by Daylight is finally updating add-ons.
And to anyone who's still watching, an hour and 50 minutes in, you're a fucking
I'm sure the some of this is cut out, don't worry.
yeah. Well, okay, an hour and 20 minutes. I'm cutting out all the Halo. All right, it's happening. uh, yeah, you're just thank you. And the like and sub and stuff are below. I have to say that because that's what everyone says. Uh,
Mm.
I love you guys, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.